Of course, one of the most important things we can all do is to use, water wisely. And that's reason why we love this, treatment of water being reused, because that's kind of using water wisely, like using water twice. Or, not wasting water. I think we're going to have to all think about how do we not waste water? Hi, this is Anita from the Real Estate Crunch podcast, and we try to give you little tidbits of information or interesting things that we learn in just a few minutes each week. Today I want to talk about water because it seems like lately, especially if you're out west, it's like water everywhere. Where did the water go? People that are living in the southwestern part of the United States are short of water. And this is a situation that's going to continue getting worse, probably, before it gets better. So it's always interesting to note people that are looking for ways to conserve or to manage water usage. We need water as human beings in order to live. If we don't have water, communities can't be built up. And if you don't have water, it's going to be really difficult for you to do a lot of basic things that you need to do in your house, like, first of all, flush a toilet or take a shower. So it's always interesting to note some companies that are using technology to find ways to produce clean water. And I've heard of a couple of these because some of these are actually becoming systems that people are buying for their homes, especially if they happen to live or they want to live off the grid. And those of you that may not know, to live off the grid means basically you have a home where you don't depend on any of the utility companies for your electric, water, septic, or any of your needs, that you basically are living off of the grid. One system is called water from the air. And this is a system that I've heard quite a bit about. There's several of these off-the-grid homes are sort of using something like this, where basically water is extracted from the air and then it is produced and recycled, and then you're able to basically drink it or do whatever you want to with it. This I think is really an interesting technology because, the air doesn't cost us anything. We're not hurting the air and the environment in any way. And the fact that they're able to pull this water or moisture out of the air so that it, then you can be used into water that you can drink, I think is a great solution alternative, especially for many parts of the country that don't have water. Another way is it's been harvesting water from fog. And this was something that was actually done out in a group of science out in the desert started doing some of this. And they started looking at how can we harvest water from fog. And they set up these panels, kind of like solar panels, that again would pull the water out. And, you would, of the fog. And this could actually be interesting technology, especially if you have to live in a place that gets quite a bit of fog. Another way is to, some technology, take the salt out of the seawater. And this I always thought was interesting because I thought, well, here are these, places where people live by the ocean, but yet they're short of water, like Los Angeles for one. Why aren't they taking some water, out of the ocean or repurposing that water? And so there's some people looking at that. How do we take the salt out? Another one that I really love is a technology where basically you recycle the water. So the water whatever water you use, like, your shower water goes into this, this tank, and then that gets recycled and cleaned. And then you can use it again to, water your garden or something else like that, or, fill your pool with water if you happen to have a pool and you're really short of water. This could actually be a great technology to use to be able to save water. There's lots of, several companies and universities looking at all types of things to do with developing computer chips that will help with the water issue. Of course, one of the most important things we can all do is to use, water wisely. And that's reason why we love this, treatment of water being reused, because that's kind of using water wisely, like using water twice. Or, not wasting water. I think we're going to have to all think about how do we not waste water. And I think some people that live in these places that, fill these huge pools are going to have to maybe rethink, do I want to have a shower or do I want to have a pool? Because, face it, for each home to have their own pool, could be quite a bit of water. And of course, the people who are really going to hurt by all of this are the farmers. And if the farmers can't get the water, then how are we going to have the food to eat? So that's why this water issue is such an important issue for us to all think about how we can conserve water, and maybe even some mechanisms that we can put onto our house and things that we can do for our own homes to be able to save water. If you're looking to build a new home, I would look at this for all of your bathroom, your kitchen appliances, everything. Look at it and say, what could I buy that can help conserve water? Because one day you may be forced by the government to conserve the water because we're starting to run out of water in some parts of the United States. This is Anita from Real Estate Crunch. We hope you've enjoyed our podcast. I am going to give you a link below to a blog that I wrote about this. You can read some more information on some of these things. And we hope that you will follow and join us. And each week listen to a few short minutes on some ideas for real estate. We want to thank our production crew, and specifically Rico, who helps to put this together. And thank you to all of you.